Hey everyone, thanks for watching. We set sail on our Viking cruise one afternoon with plenty of daylight left. That allowed us to see everything clearly as our ship approached, entered, climbed, and then exited a lock on the Rhone River. When we sailed during the day, I filmed our passage through a few different locks from a few various locations, including my cabin's French balcony. Most of the shots were done from the sun deck, basically the rooftop of the ship. This is the best place to see all the action. As long as the sun deck is open, you're welcome to visit and you can bring food and drinks up with you. There's even a walking track you can use and shuffleboard to play on while you're up here. Crew will be on hand working, and if you need to go back inside for safety reasons, they'll let you know and then they'll chain off the stairs until it's safe to return. If you have questions on where you're allowed to wander, just ask a staff member at the front desk. Another good place to sit outside and watch the river and see the locks up close is the terrace on the upper deck, one floor down from the sun deck. The Rhone River begins in the Swiss Alps and winds its way west, eventually arriving in Lyon. From there, it turns south and flows all the way to the Mediterranean. Most of what you're seeing in this video is filmed right here. When sailing, you'll see local wildlife, especially birds flying overhead or attempting to catch fish. What's interesting is you'll also see some cormorants sunbathing, or really wing drying. The feathers on these birds are not waterproof. That allows them to dive deeper into lakes and rivers, but it also means they need to dry off when they're back on land. Here's an outstretched cormorant patiently waiting for the water to wick off its wings. As we approached this particular lock, we pulled over a bit to allow another ship to pass by.
No windows on that barge. It's just coal or iron ore underneath.
What I'm showing you now is all shot during the day. Be sure to watch the end of this video where I film another lock one evening. It was just as enjoyable being out there in the dark and seeing how everything was done via spotlights.
So are we moving now?
Push out, yeah, push out, yeah.
It's descending. It's very James Bond.
What is very James Bond?
The fact that the entire cockpit, if you will, just descended. Now you can see why the boat is so narrow. Narrow locks.
To that side, it should be okay.
Remember, he bumps into the lock just so we know he's working. Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up here busy. I bumped into a lock.
Being on the sun deck also allows you to see the back of the ship and the gate that will close behind us. On one of our days sailing in the afternoon, I was able to capture a nice view of the lock gate descending. The precision to sail through here is quite impressive. The sides of the ship were only a few feet from the towering concrete walls.
So close to the lock wall.
Getting back to safety for a moment, it's likely obvious, but be sure to follow the rules when you're standing on the upper deck or peering out from your French balcony. Basically, don't lean over. Luckily, my lens was able to capture what I wanted to see just by moving it out a couple inches and keeping it at a very safe and acceptable location. I also had a wrist strap on the camera. I'm pretty good at not dropping anything, but if there's a time it could happen, it would likely be now.
This is impressive sailing.
Now let's walk outside and see how it feels to be resting on the bottom of a lock after dark.
The water almost looks like there's clay in it, but maybe it's just the color.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It
it
does.
looks, I don't want to say muddy, that isn't right, but
Yeah.
it looks like there's clay.
Yeah, not real clear.
Look at all this.
Pretty cool, huh?
It's a lot of cement.
That is, isn't it?
French engineering.
Yeah.
We didn't go through any of these when we were out at night when we were on the Danube.
I don't think, yeah, because
Well,
it was,
they didn't have this on the boat we were on.
it was late at night we go through a lock.
Thanks for watching, and please subscribe as I'll be adding more videos from France shortly.